Hi, Juwan with BCSN. Alongside of me, I have Tom Cole. How's it going, Tom?
Good, Juwan. Great to be with you.
All right. First and foremost, I just want to say it's a privilege and an honor just to be, here with you and be able to talk to you. First off, I mean, from you being a Toledo native and 20 plus years coaching and playing collegiately, and 20 plus years broadcasting, being a face of BCSN since the beginning of the network. It's honestly a pleasure,
Well, thanks, Juwan. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, so a lot of people know Tom Cole. You're, of course, a household name, but not a lot of people know the history of Tom Cole and how you got your start. So how did you start?
It was, Juwan, it was totally dumb luck, quite honestly. Buckeye Cable before BCSN, pre-BCSN days, had a show once a week during football season. Buckeye Cable did a high school football game. This is before BCSN existed. And it was just the Buckeye Cable game of the week. And I was coaching football at St. John's, and they had asked the head coach if he wanted to do color on the game. Fred Byer was a great guy, great coach. And that wasn't his thing. He just said, that's really not for me. But he said, I've got a guy on the staff that, he might be all right. So Fred recommended me. I did those games for 5 years for Buckeye Cable. Every Friday night, one game. And BCSN came around, and they said, well, heck, you're not terrible. Do you want to be involved in BCSN? And I said, I don't know what BCSN is, but sure, I do. So it was just dumb luck, and I was fortunate, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me and my family. So.
Okay, that's great. And honestly, this is kind of a personal question from me,
okay.
Actually. I like just geeking out and picking people's brains. And you having 20 plus years in broadcasting, I know you have a ton of stories and great memories that you've created. So what are some of the best memories you had throughout your career?
That's it's funny. I ask people those things, and I don't realize what a tough question that is.
Yeah,
but so many experiences with BCSN. I think the standout ones are we get to see so many great high school athletes. And when I say high school athletes, Juwan, I'm talking about young people that are doing a great job in the classroom. They're doing a great job in the court or on the football field or the volleyball or the soccer, whatever it is. And they're also positive in their community. They're getting the grades. So that's really been a highlight for me to meet so many great kids. People who say, I sometimes run into older people and they'll say, well, I'm older. What the heck am I talking about? But they'll say, kids aren't what they used to be. And when they say that to me, I stop them right in their tracks and I say, you know what, you're right. They're better today than they ever were. They are, and we get to meet them every day on BCSN. So I think meeting those high school kids, and then the other highlight would be, I think doing some of the college games, the BG and UT things. It's been really an honor to do, and a lot of them we've done games that go on ESPN, which is kind of cool for us, for BCSN to be on ESPN. So I would say those are the things that really stand out in my mind.
Okay, and lastly, me growing up, I had a lot of influences to make me the person I am today.
Yes.
Name some of the people that made you the Tom Cole we know and love today.
Well, Juwan, you're so kind. I appreciate that. My mom was like the best person I've ever met in my life. And by the time I was 40, my mom was a genius. When you're growing up, your mom will say this or that, and everything she said that she told me that you should or shouldn't do. She was, remarkably smart and ethical and correct. And then the other person is my wife, Karen. I've been married 39 years, and she's an incredible person who's been, if you get it, and I know you're going to go in this business and you're going to be great at it. You got the looks, you got the voice, you got the sports knowledge. We're lucky to have you at BCSN. But when you're in this business and you have a girlfriend or a wife or what, it's so important that they're supportive of your career because you're gone a lot. And my wife's been so supportive of it. She doesn't complain. You miss a lot of things, with family events and those things because you're always doing a game or doing a show. So my mom and my wife would be those two people.
Yeah, it would probably be the same. My mom also.
There you go.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And on the behalf of BCSN and Buckeye Cable System, thank you for the opportunity to interview you.
Thanks, Juwan. I think you got my job already. I think we're good to go.
One day.